Okay, I was just poking around the UI and I noticed a couple of interesting things on the end user view of articles. There's a box here for in this article, a box for related articles, and then was this article helpful? Yes, no, which I guess is supposed to be an article ranking. This is blank, and this article is blank. Related articles seems to show the articles that are in this same topic, and these yes nos don't seem to do anything. Having an article rating though would be pretty interesting, so let's start here. Okay, I left this pretty open-ended. I just said the icons don't seem to do anything. Please fix. Oh, I have a typo. I wanted please fix and show the article rating in the admin, but I put she. So let's see how smart it is. So far, I think it's pretty damn smart. In the models, we have up votes and down votes per article. Good. Get rating percentage. Okay. And in app.py, looks like we have a new route for ratings. Okay. And article HTML has 102 new lines for some reason. This must be the admin version. No, it's not the admin version. This is looks like the end user view. Looks like it changed a lot here. Okay, looks like it's wiring up these buttons to actually do something, and removing a lot of other stuff. And I see an inline script block. We don't like that. Nope, no good. So I interrupted what it was doing, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but let's see what happens. Okay, it added 52 lines, and I assume it's going to remove this. Yep. Okay, so it moved that script block to the article.js file, and it added a reference. It added a reference to it in the HTML file. Okay, now it's restoring the server, but it was doing some stuff up here. I think I interrupted. Changes to index.html. And it changed a surprising amount of code here to wire up those buttons, so again, I did not make a branch like a fool, so hopefully we didn't break anything. Okay, it's going to stop the server and restart it. I really wish the UI would tell me which of these still has pending changes, but it does not. Okay, server is up. So if I go to the admin, all right, so now we have some database changes that it did not account for. Add this to the chat. Now it's probably going to wipe out the database again because I'm still not using the Flask-DB library. Interesting. Now this time it's doing it as a migration, and maybe it won't have to wipe out the database this time. This actually looks like it's using maybe Flask-DB, yeah, using Alembic. So now it looks like it's using Flask-DB, but I didn't see that get added before. So more confused than usual, and we will. Yeah, there's Flask-DB migrate. Okay. So if you're not familiar, Flask-DB allows you to make database changes without losing your data, which is great. All right, and now it's setting up Flask migrate. Now I'm a little confused. Okay, see, no module found Flask migrate, so we're going to have to add it probably to requirements file. And then run pip install. Okay. No, I'm glad that it finally added it. I kept meaning to ask it. I kept meaning to ask it to do so and kept forgetting. So. You got a whole bunch of new stuff in this environment.py file. Again, one small change, one seemingly small change, and now we're off to the races here. I have no idea what it's doing. Very eager. Yes. Let's see, I don't want this. So I'm telling it to set up Flask-DB properly, which it looks like it was in the middle of doing but didn't finish. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Pip install. Yes. Okay, now it's making migration versions. Yep. Now, I'm not sure why I had to tell it to do this explicitly. It looked like it was kind of in the middle of doing this and then it stopped. I don't know. I really wish I made that branch before. We are down a deep hole here. These are all the changes. Then we're doing a script.py.make. Sure. And making some changes to app.py. Great. Creating a knit.py. Okay, now it's going to initialize the database, and well, I guess I will be losing my data after all. Let's see. Yeah, see, it had created this migrations directory, and now it's trying to create it again. So I'll feed this back into chat. Okay, actually, it's detecting this. I'm getting too eager myself. So it wants to remove migrations, and then db init, which I believe will create those files again. Yep, now it recreated migrations and put a bunch of stuff in here. Now it will start the server and do an initial migration. Probably should have done this from the start, but again, I kept forgetting to do it, so hopefully it's doing a good cleanup here. Now we'll try to restart the server. Okay, the server started, did not complain. Just want to take a look in this database file again. Now we should have, we have a new table, a Alembic version. Without getting too deep into the weeds, this is how Flask-DB works. It uses something called Alembic. Yeah, and there's the latest migration. So, doesn't look like a disaster yet. Let's see if I go to the home page, what happens. Here's the admin. Nope, can't do that. Oh, we are broken. So, home page seems to work. If I go into browse articles, that's working. Okay, so maybe not too bad. If I actually try to view an article, no, does not work. So I have to feed this back into chat. The admin is also broken, but let's start with this view. Even AI has the same old problems, none versus zero versus null. Same old issues that all of us face. Okay. Sure. And now there's another database migration. And we'll start the server again and do another upgrade. Oh, didn't like that. Again, it keeps switching back between these cascade terminals, but now we're on this one. But it's detecting exceptions and trying to fix it in real time, which is pretty cool. Now it's removing an old migration, creating a new one. Oh boy. Okay, I'll just let it do its cleanup here. This happened to me a few months ago when I was first trying to do this through Cursor. I got into some terrible twisted state with Flask-DB and the migration versions, and I just had to wipe everything out and start over. So hopefully this is a little smarter. Yeah, it's missing revisions. Oh, why didn't I make a branch? It deleted files. I think it's looking for certain revisions now. Yeah, now it's kind of giving up on migrations and making changes directly in the database. Just trying to get this cleaned up. Oh, that's interesting. Can it run direct SQL commands in the terminal? Let's see. I think it might be stuck on running. Okay, I'm going to ask it to continue, which is going to kill its current state and try again. So it's no longer trying to use SQLite directly. We're going back to making changes in the code, dropping all tables, creating all tables, giving me some new category names. So yeah, I think I'm losing my data here. And we're back up to the other terminal window. Well, the server did start, so that's a good sign. So I really don't know what we have now, but if we go back to the home page loads. Lost all my articles though. Now we have general, technology, and business. Welcome to knowledge base. So it gave me a new default article. Getting started with technology. And I don't really like the formatting now. We lost our centering. We lost those boxes that were on the side for related articles, which could have been useful. If I go to the admin still does not load. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm seeing this exception though in the console. Okay, I'll just type this in manually. Actually, I think I missed some changes. Oops. Like I said, when there's so many code changes, there's a sea of red and green. You don't know what you're accepting anymore. And the UI does not make it very clear to me which files have changes. So, I don't know. So it sees the changes. And these are statistics like views and ratings. Good. And restart the server again. Okay, let's see what happens. Refresh the admin. Okay, I'm back in. And again, we have a little bit of a different UI. Better or worse, I don't know. But a little bit different. So again, make sure you branch and make sure you save your work. Don't be like me. If I go to categories, okay, and articles. Okay. So let's try to do a search. Again, I lost my test articles, so whatever. I want to search for the word business. Let's start there. It does work. Great. Click on it. Nice. If I go to the admin, that search does not appear. Full report does not appear. So we lost our ability to search. Does thumbs up, thumbs down work? Let's see. Thumbs up. No visual feedback here. Hit it a few times, nothing. Go to the admin. Rating is 0%, 0 votes. No. Okay, so the views counter is working, but the rating is not. So back to where we started after all of that mess. So let's go back here. So it says the issue is we're creating the database every time the server starts. I'm sure that's an issue, but I don't think it's this issue. While it's doing that, let me take a look at the database. I want to see, is it storing article ratings in here? Yes, so we do have views, upvotes, and downvote columns, but nothing's being written to up to upvotes and downvotes. Okay, I don't know how that's supposed to help us, but sure. Oh, now we're back to adding our changes to the changes.log, so that's nice. Yeah, sure. Funny how it does that only when it's in the mood. I'm not sure what triggers it. Now we'll restart the server, and I didn't see anything in there that's going to fix this, so. Okay. Go back to homepage here. Just search for business. Click on this. Thumbs up. Search is still broken. And rating is still broken. Nope. I'm making a lot of typos, but it seems to be able to figure out what I'm saying. Really more concerning to me is that the search report is not working. I thought that was a pretty cool feature. And again, I didn't create a branch, so hopefully I could fix that too after this. One measly change. I don't think this is it though. I don't think the data is being sent up. And changes log again. Okay, so it says added rich text article support. Added the TinyMC rich text editor. That was a long time ago. I don't know. Slipping away here. Restart the server. Okay, if I go back to the article itself, and I hit yes, go to the admin, nope, rating's still 0. So I think I'm going to nudge it along here and tell it that when I go to the database, those fields are always 0. So I don't think it's being sent up. Nope. I'm trying to nudge it along here. So it's checking the JavaScript code that handles the voting and the route that processes it. Okay, now we're going to add some network logging. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get logging on both sides, on the client and server side. And something new in changes.log. Sure. Okay, server is restarted. I assume it's going to tell me to open my console and tell it what I see when I try to vote. Yeah, open the JavaScript console, server's response. Okay, so I should be seeing logging on both sides now. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the article page, and I'm going to try to do an upvote. And I don't see anything getting written to the console at all. Up or down, nothing. If I go back to Windsurf, nothing at all. So I don't think those buttons are wired up to do anything. Okay. I'm also not seeing any obvious console errors. Sometimes you'll see a script didn't load or some type of JavaScript error, but I don't see that at all here. It says I found the issue. The Oracle.js script is not loaded correctly. Missing a block, scripts block. Okay. Sure. Okay. So if that block of JavaScript was missing, then that would prove that yeah, nothing was happening when the button was getting clicked, and I think that's what was happening. And changes.log. Okay. Okay, server is up. Let's do it again. Refresh. Thumbs up. Okay, now we got something here. Upvote clicked for Article 3, sending vote, vote successful, updating UI. Nice. So 100% found this helpful. Formatting could use some work. And if I vote down, okay, that's cool. It actually locks me out. Okay, if I refresh this. Oh, interesting. Must be doing some type of checking, making sure I can't keep clicking up or down. If I go to the admin, hey, I have a rating. Okay, so we got something here, and yes, it shows the logging here. If I go as an end user to another article, and I vote down for this one. Okay, looks like that worked. If I go to the admin, okay, that worked too. Okay, so the UI could use some cleanup, and I'm not sure what type of how it's blocking me from voting again, but I actually like that. I don't know, maybe something to explore, but okay, so we have that working. The search report is broken, and we lost some features from this page, and I don't really love the formatting anymore. But what I'm going to do here, since at least this is working, I'm going to commit this code, and there's a lot here. I'm going to commit and push this up to this articles branch. At least now we have a baseline of that working. Okay, in the next video, we're going to try to fix the search report again. So, thanks for watching.